8th. They'll look for Nate Sanchez to fire a little bit more tonight. He had 1 goal and 4 shots. They want a little bit more out of 84 tonight to round out this Mexican offense that just fell by 4 seconds to a well-rounded Scottish team a day ago. That's got to feel good for a team that came into this tournament ranked 38th in the world, but playing much better than that and look to be Pool E contenders. For the Italians, they came into this tournament ranked 16th overall in the world, and another team that could challenge for the top of this very tightly contested E pool with Hong Kong, Scotland, Austria, Mexico, and Italy. Welcome to Morgan Stanley Field on a Friday morning in San Diego. My name is Brad Challoner. This is an interactive broadcast. You can get at me at Twitter at Brad Chal, C-H-A-L-L. If you've got any fun factoids on any of these players, we've done our homework. We've got a game in the books for each of these teams, but still, you know these players better than we do. So make sure to hit us up, hashtag WLMC, and follow me on Twitter at Brad Chow. We are just about underway here on the second full day of action. This is Morgan Stanley Field on the campuses of SDSU in sunny SoCal. It was a smoking hot day yesterday, and the cloud coverage in the morning is cleared up, and it's a hot morning here from San Diego. But nothing that these field lacrosse players are too unfamiliar with. They've played in all elements in their college game and back home. That's just what makes this game so great. Playing through adversity and making it count. Italy with the first possession of the game, and they will go to work on offense for the very first time after putting up 13 against Hong Kong. Christian Cuccinello wears number 9. He had a pair of goals. Piatelli with the 4-pack last night. Trainer, and they go across the field to Joseph Sajasi. Back to Trasolini, who had a pair as well, to Jeff Trainer. Working from X, Piatelli to the middle, shoots and scores. First shot, first goal. The Italians are on the board, picking up right back where they left off yesterday against Hong Kong. Piatelli to Jeff Trainer, who penetrated the heart of the D, got to a dirty spot, and got rewarded on the vision from Piatelli. That's how you start a lacrosse game. Piatelli runs it out from X, head up, stick up, and finds the man in the middle. Jeff Trainer with the nice twister. The midfielder gets the Italians on the board first. Dominant in the face-off circle is Team Italy. Will Vitelli went 88% in the World Qualifier. And this will be a procedure on Italy, so the Mexicans will get their first offensive possession. Nate Sanchez, Josh Sanchez, Mike Hernandez, some of the big weapons on this Mexican side, with contributions from Juan Contreras and Will Cabrera as well. And they're going to have to look for a little bit more depth out of their secondary midfielders to find success against Italy today. Starting goaltender for the Italians is Matt DeLuca out of Delaware. And it's Matt Murakami for the Mexican side. Mexico ball as Sanchez goes to Contreras. Back to Sanchez behind the net for Fernandez Cavanaugh. Sorry, make that Will Cabrera. He's going to come around top side, being watched closely by the Italian defense. Contreras will make a run for it. Pass behind the net to Sanchez. He'll run it around. Fertini III took a shot that was blocked, and it will remain with Team Mexico. Fertini III matched up against the long pole, Roberto Antonioli. Shot goes wide. Mexico's there. They'll regain possession. Ball goes to Mike Hernandez. The big outside threat. The long stride of Hernandez scored a cheeky goal from right in that spot yesterday. That one's turned aside by DeLuca. And Mexico will control again. Josh Sanchez behind to X to Will Cabrera. He's asking for cutters. He's got the vision to make the feed. There's the chance of Mexico fire up, and Fernandez shoots, and that one turned aside again by DeLuca, who's got two nice saves on Mike Hernandez out of Michigan. Cabrera tries to get a step on his defender. Nicely matched there by Jeff Traynor, who scored the goal, showing some prowess on both sides of the field. Juan Contreras will go for a lap. He'll fire wide. Mexico outshot the Scots in a big way yesterday, 33-21. Not afraid to fire the ball. Fast-paced offense. As Sanchez will go to work, long pole, Bobby Russo lines up on him. Now it's Traynor watching Cabrera. Hernandez. Contreras switches hands again, fires one right in the breadbasket of DeLuca, who's got a few saves to start this game and a flag on the field. And Mexico will go to the man up with the long pole, Bobby Russo taking a seat. A 1 minute man advantage here for the Mexican offense, who's fired about 4 shots on net already. Hernandez. Shot, that one soaked by the defender, Pancani. That is paying the price. As Hernandez drops a pass, can Sanchez keep it in? He does. Loose ball battle, and it's going to be Italian ball off of the stick of Team Mexico. Just a few seconds left to kill as Italy will charge right in and score shorthanded. Christian Cuccinello takes matters into his own hands and puts his team up 2-0. A quick transition, and Mexico bobbled a pass in their own end on the man up, and a quick transition up the field by Italy, who strike in a hurry. Cuccinello gets underneath his defender and throws it past Murakami. Italy penalty is up, and we're back to 6-on-6, 9-on-9. Ernie Molero taking the bulk of the draws for Team Mexico, but not that one as they let Dante Castillo in there from Virginia Wesleyan Division 3. Italy again in transition, long pole shot doesn't make its way through as Bobby Russo tries to make up for the penalty he just took. Christian Cuccinello through X to Harrison De La Fera, who had a strong game against Hong Kong. Back up top to Christian Trasolini out of Rutgers in New Jersey. The Scarlet Knight. Ball goes behind the net to Christian Cuccinello. Kicks it to the side, John Piatelli. Piatelli spinning. Ball's top side. Fired, scores! Christian Trasolini on another nice feed from Piatelli. 3-0 Italy. When John Piatelli is bringing the ball around through X, he has the vision, the knowledge, and the know-how to find an open man. And that's a nice outside rip from Trasolini, who has his 3rd of the championship. It's a quick strike Italian squad. They scored 1 on the man up, and they're not wasting too much time when they get the ball on attack. The Mexican long pole, Dante Castillo, battling for the loose right in front of my broadcast booth here. Down on field level, Morgan Stanley Field, one of 4 fields here at the SDSU complex. A beautiful facility, swimming pools, Tony Gwynn Stadium for baseball, football fields, a little bit of everything here at SDSU. Who's put on an amazing show at the World Lacrosse Championships so far. This is just the 2nd full day, folks. We're here through July 1st. With which is Canada Day, my home country. Running around from X is Harrison De La Fuca. Lobs it to Cuccinello. Cuccinello comes around topside, fires it, and that's a save for Murakami. That jolt of confidence for a goaltender. You start getting into that rhythm, you start to feel it. And Murakami will lob this one. And the Mexicans will run it across midfield. Aaron Escobedo. Mexicans, I should mention, in the white jerseys with the red trim, you probably picked up on that. And Italy wearing the all blues, the splash of white, looking like a Duke University squad. Now Sanchez will slow it down. Sanchez with the green cleats. We'll run it in on... He's a good two-handed player, but I'll call this his weaker side with strong right going to the left side. Now he'll come around to the righty side of the field. Matched up with a short stick here. This could be a good opportunity for Sanchez as he's chucked down to the ground. Maybe not. Jeff Traynor proved me wrong, but a flag on the play. Sanchez sidestep, trying to get to the heart of the D. Shooting around his man. That one will end up well wide, but a Mexican man up. When we go to break, Mexico will come back on the man advantage. 3-0 Italy. Mexico looking to get on the board. You're watching the 2023 World Lacrosse Men's Championship on ESPN+.
Kids grow up. And
field at SDSU, the 2023 World Lacrosse Men's Championship presented by Rady Children's Hospital. Italy out to a quick start. 3 goals. Traynor, Cuccinello, Trasolini. Now the Italians up 3-0. Mexico, though, to the man up. They try to get on the board for the first time. They had 1 man-up goal against Scotland yesterday. But in a tournament like this, if you get the advantage, you have to make teams pay. This Italian defense has been pretty sturdy so far. Traynor making good plays on both ends of the field. And we'll see what Mexico's power play has to offer. Contreras, Sanchez, Hernandez, and Charlie Fertini III. Out of George Washington University. Scored a lot of goals there, did CF3. Can I say that? Juan Contreras in control. He goes to Sanchez, Nate to Josh. Had someone comment on Twitter yesterday saying they want to see Nate shoot the ball more. They know he can bury. He did it at every level he's played so far. They want to see him pull the trigger here at the World Lacrosse Men's Championship. Ground ball at center, midfield, poked ahead. They're going to say it's over and back on the Mexican man up. And so Italy already scored a shorthanded goal. We'll head into the O again, but it's coughed up. Jake Larambidi forces the turnover. Mexico is off to the races. Matt Hernandez plays it in deep. Shot from the outside. Shoots and scores. Will Cabrera. Gets Mexico on the board. It's 3-1. Fast pace lacrosse. Love to see it here at the World Championship. You got a second look. A nice turnover in the defensive end. Turns to a quick strike offense up the field as Will Cabrera out of Yale unleashes from the outside. We're about 30 kilometers north of the Mexican border. Lots of supporters here. To my left, to my back here on field level, you can hear the Mexican faithful make noise every time their team makes a good play. Back to the face-off X where Mike Hernandez is battling. Excuse me, make that Will Gormley out of Vanderbilt. Italy will try to answer back. Harrison Della Fera out of Villanova. Played 2 seasons with Cuccinello. Trying to bring that college chemistry here to the World Championship, that is. Running in deep is Gabriel Serbu. He'll go to Cuccinello. Asking for help, comes around top side. Switches hands, passes back behind the net to John Piatelli. Piatelli with 2 assists already. Gets the ball back around top side to Sajasi. Cross-field pass is dropped. Free possession here for Mexico. These are the ones you want to make teams pay for. You get a free possession on an errant pass. Have to go up and make use of these possessions. Mexico's offense working the ball around. This is what I'll call midfield line number 2 with Fiakowski. He's also got Fernando Garcia with him and number 8, Oksana Petraka. This is the midfield line you want to see take some shots, take some chances. We know the Hernandez unit will get their look. If they can start getting some contribution from this 3-man midfield, good things can happen for Team Mexico. Oksana Petraka, stutter step on his man, pulls out. Sanchez right to a dirty spot with a long pole locked up on him. Steven Pelliccioni. Back to the top of the offensive zone. Fernando Garcia will take a run. Being slashed, being whacked. Garcia still has it. Pass behind the net. Good movement here by Mexico. Good slide defense, Italy. Mexico just a little late on that pass. They're trying to get Fiakowski open. Sanchez to Sanchez now. He'll try to take his man through X. Locked up there against Roberto Antioli. Will Cabrera. Switches hands. Winds up. Thinks better of it. Switches hands again. Good defense by Trainer. Now a cut inside. That one's knocked down and Trainer's on the run. Jeff Trainer, the midi, with a head of steam. Will he shoot? Pass behind, down in the crease, shoots, and no, they're going to stay in the crease. From number 10, Harrison Della Fuca. Good tempo from the Italians. As we are under 8 seconds here, shot goes wide, and that should do it. Actually, I've seen stranger things happen with 1.8 left, so I won't say that yet. Looking for a pass out front, it's knocked down, and that will do it for a fast, entertaining quarter number 1. Thanks for hanging out on Morgan Stanley Field in San Diego. It's Italy 3, Mexico 1. You're watching the 2023 World Lacrosse Men's Championship from San Diego, California. Italians using some speed and athleticism to jump out to a quick 3-0 lead. Will Cabrera answered back for the Mexico side. 3-1 through 15 minutes. Thanks for hanging out on Morgan Stanley Field with me. My name is Brad Challoner. This is day 3 of this World Championship tournament. Italy with a win yesterday over Hong Kong, and Mexico narrowly falling to the Scots with 4 seconds left. They scored a 5-goal run in that game, led 5-2. Scotland battled back after losing their best offensive attackman and Colin Uecki. Mexico tied it with 2 minutes left. It was an 8-8 game. And then some hometown heroics as the Glasgow kid scored the game-winning goal for Scotland with 4 seconds left. But Mexico hung with a team ranked well above them in the world standings, but that does not matter. This team is built different. Lots of NCAA talent on this Mexican side. As Will Cabrera tries to go up and over, Jeff Traynor had a couple good defensive plays and a goal in quarter number 1. He'll play the ball behind the net. Christian Cuccinello. Ball's across the field to Christian Trasolini, who has one of the 3 goals. Traynor swims on his defender, spins back around, being guarded closely by Hernandez. Traynor inside will wind up untouched. Fire that one high and wide. Roberto Antonioli on the Italian defensive side has had some good stands so far, as they've been stout on both sides. Pass a little bit high. That one's dropped by the Italians. They recover. As Cuccinello will run it around from X. He'll eye his options. A little flip dump pass to Piatelli. Doesn't want to force it, so he pulls it out. And it goes to Christian Trasolini. Now spinning inside is Cuccinello. Good slide help by Dante Castillo on the Mexican defense. Gerardo Vasquez watches on now. Gabriel Serbu to Piatelli. Comes around top side. Pass inside to the middle. Wide open shot and a brilliant save by Mark Murakami. His best stop of the day. Point blank. As I said before, those are morale-boosting stops. We'll take another look at Murakami. Piatelli again, the good feed inside. The man on the doorstep will be dreaming and having nightmares about that one tonight. Joseph Sajasi. Murakami bounced around his colleges a little bit. Currently at Brown. He's been at Providence. He's been at UMass Lowell. And he's been a big part of this Mexican back end. Mexico back to work on offense now. Will Cabrera, the lone Mexican goal scorer so far. Skips it cross field to Petraka. Behind the net to Josh Sanchez, where he feels at home. Sanchez on a bad angle will throw that one out of play. Mexico's still there. The imposing goaltender, Matt DeLuca. His head well above that 6-foot bar, the top of his net. Not a lot to shoot at as DeLuca makes another save. DeLuca, an All-American out of Delaware. Plays for the Water Dogs in the PLL, saw over 20 shots yesterday against Hong Kong, and as he goes, this Italian side will go. Hot shot out of play. Matt DeLuca plays with Canada's Dylan Ward for the Water Dogs. D. Ward and the Canadians with another day off after their opening night against USA. They'll play again tomorrow. USA back tonight against the Australians. Switching hands, getting free, shooting. Trasolini shoots it wide. Cuccinello. Sajisi over to set a pick. Cuccinello will take it topside. He'll fire, and another brilliant save by Murakami, who turns it into the corner. Italians keeping the ball hot. As Joseph Sajasi tries to get his man caught up behind the net. He'll bounce one past Murakami, who thought he was going high. Flags on the play, but that should be the 4th Italian goal. It's 4-1. Sajasi got his man caught up behind the net, came around top side, and Murakami didn't really bite, but he threw it down low. Thwarted the goaltender. We get another look here on ESPN+. So JC, the righty, faked high and then chucked it down low. Murakami looks to the skies. And a Mexican penalty after the goal as well, so an Italian man up. And a 4-1 lead. Everyone gets a touch as they work it around the entire offensive zone. Now it's to JC, the goal scorer, will take a stab. Pass down in the crease. Jump shot sniped. Harrison Delafera makes quick work on the man up. Everyone gets a touch. The ball cycles around. Mexican defensive heads on a swivel. And Delafera steps into a nice shot from the outside. The Villanova product. Here he is on the man up. Face-off X we go. Dante Castillo. The long pole. Mexico still a man down. Castillo trying to run onto it, but the Italian long pole, Bobby Russo, is there, and they're going to call a timeout.
Yeah, guys, yeah!
Momentum on for the Italians right now. 2 goals to kick off this second quarter. Sajasi and Delafera, as we have 8:39 left to go. Mexico in some penalty trouble. Man-up goals coming from the Italians. Mexico shot the ball a lot yesterday. We'll see if they can find a little bit of that rhythm here to get back into this ball game. Italy put up 13 against Hong Kong yesterday. Piatelli had 4. Cuccinello with a pair. Sajasi, Trasolini all chipping in on the offense. So Team Italy will gather around head coach Brian Vona and see what they can turn this into. And we're back underway here from Morgan Stanley Field. There's a drone hovering above field level right now. Give that a wave. The Mexican faithful make some noise. Not to say the Italian fans aren't out here in full force as well. It's been great fan support from every team we've seen so far at this tournament. The Netherlands looked like they brought half the country to this tournament. Swedes were rolling pretty deep too. Lots of Puerto Rican fans. Been a fun couple days with a lot more to go here. Back to 6-on-6 lacrosse. Fakes a pass, dishes down low to the latest goal scorer, Harrison Delafera. Cuccinello. Trasolini tries to swim on his man. Takes a slash, splits the D, hammered down to the ground. Flags on the play, though. The Mexican defense just trying to close that gap. Vasquez and Hernandez. Trasolini swims them, does the right thing, gets himself into a dirty area, and sometimes might not turn into a shot, but it'll turn into flags when you go hard in the paint.
Pick it up, wave it off.
They're actually going to give a penalty, I believe, here to Trasolini. I'm not sure if he was playing without equipment as they were tapping on the helmet. But Trasolini will take a seat. Mexican player number 10, Vasquez will take a seat as well, and they originally said Mexico ball. So we're at 5-on-5 here in the Italian attack. As Della Fera looks to run some clock, tries to get away from his man. He likes this short pole matchup. 31 in white, Montoya will be the slide help. But Italy's using this extra space here in the 5-on-5 to work the perimeter. And now we're back to an Italian man up. That's why they're content to just rag that 5-on-5. Della Fera top side, pass dropped, picked up by Piatelli. Down low, shot high and wide from Cuccinello, who was a Tuaraton nominee at Villanova. And he's been the catalyst of the Italian offense. Cuccinello, shot stopped by Murakami. Back to 6-on-6. Cutting through the middle, pass is picked off, and Team Mexico is on the run. Saying go, saying go. Larambidi has the trailer Hernandez. Hernandez still open, pass behind the net to Will Cabrera, and he goes to Sanchez. Back up top to Mike Hernandez. He'll slow it down, he'll wait for the offensive midfielders to spill out of the box. That's Juan Contreras. Contreras out of Otterbein University. To Sanchez. Nate Sanchez tries to get underneath of his man. Back up top to Contreras. He bobbles it a little bit with the pressure on from Simon Zeza. Shot, scores, bouncer! And it goes from Juan Contreras. 5-2 ball game. And we'll step aside. Mexico gets within 3. You're watching the 2023 World Lacrosse Men's Championship from sunny San Diego, California. We're on Morgan Stanley Field at SDSU, a smattering of fans taking in this one between Italy and Mexico. See, their flags look very similar with the red, the green, and the white, but Italians going with the all-blue jerseys here. They are moving left to right on your monitor. Team Mexico trailing by 3. Who get a TV timeout after scoring a goal. A nice little break to regroup, strategize, and get back into the field. My name is Brad Challoner. I sincerely appreciate you hanging out with me here from San Diego. If you can get to San Diego in the next few days, do yourself a favor. Come soak in some of this lacrosse. And if you're just watching, hello, happy to have you. Thanks for hanging out. You're still taking it in, but this is a sight to be seen here down in San Diego. Palm trees, sunshine, and the world's best lacrosse players. Have I sold you yet? Ground ball battle. And the Italian attack procedure called on blue. Mexico will get possession after scoring a goal and try to keep some momentum on. Jake Larambidi, University of Texas in Austin, MCLA. Side step from Will Cabrera, gets top side, wants a flag with the pad on the helmet. from Russo, doesn't get it. Mexico will slow it down. Mike Hernandez, who played some MLL with the Denver Outlaws, will pass behind the net to Will Cabrera. Few pros of different levels in this game. Piatelli, National Lacrosse League player. Cuccinello and DeLuca with the PLL. And Juan Contreras, who has a goal, will go for a run. Hernandez looking to unleash that cannon. Scored a cheeky goal yesterday against the Scots. Sanchez, he'll wind up, fire, and another save by DeLuca. Fantastic save by the big number 11. Loose ball battle at midfield, recovered by the Italians. Jeff Trainer. They've scored a couple quick strike goals in transition. This time they'll slow it down. Cuccinello into the corner, across the field. As Trasolini will take a look. Wait for his fellow midfielder, Philip Murison, to come on. 20 hasn't seen a lot of action yet. We'll see if they can get the fresh legs, the ball here in the San Diego sun. Nowhere to hide on really any of these fields. Players underneath some tents. Actually, the only bit of shade on this field is right behind the Mexican training staff. Not by their bench, mind you, but their trainers and their spare reserve players can stay cool. As it's legged across midfield by Aaron Escobedo. Escobedo, the long pole, slashed by Russo, who gets the ball back for Italy. Nice trip check there from Bobby Russo. Down to the crease, faking, shooting, scoring. Piatelli has another for the Italians. There's that transition again. They waste no time when they have numbers and speed upfield. Shot clock or not, they are just okay with filling the back of the net. We see it starts the strip with Bobby Russo lobbed up. Cuccinello, Piatelli, couple extra passes, and then this one in tight. Good hands all day long to get Murakami dancing. 6-2 Italy. Piatelli plays in the National Lacrosse League for the Albany Firewolves under brilliant lacrosse mind head coach Glenn Clark, who they call the Professor back in Canada. Good evening in Italy. Good morning from the West Coast, San Diego, California. John Piatelli runs it behind the Mexican cage, being watched by the short stick Matt Hernandez right now. Favorable matchup here for Piatelli. Kicks it back up top for Cuccinello. Being guarded by the long pole Montoya. Cuccinello tries to get underneath. And an Italian timeout on the play. So with under a minute to go in the half, Italy's going to call a timeout here. In the last possession, Brian Vona calling the timeout from the Italian bench. We'll see if they can draw up the 5-goal lead as we approach halftime here. The morning set of games, Pool E action. Both these teams got off to a good start yesterday. Italy will play on Sunday. They've got a day off tomorrow. They'll play Scotland on Sunday, who beat the Mexicans by a goal with 4 seconds to go And Mexico right back at it tomorrow. 3 games in 3 days. In the heat, you've got Austria, Hong Kong, the other team in this pool. Italy, Hong Kong, Mexico, Scotland, and Austria. Italy, in the history of this tournament, they debuted in 2006. That was their highest finish that year. They finished 10th overall. Since then, they've been 19th, 18th, and 16th, and looking to climb up the world rankings here in 2023. Mexico has been 29th, 23rd, and 38th since debuting in 2010, but playing the much higher quality lacrosse club here this year. So Italy out of the timeout. Final possession most likely of this first half. Italian offense will go to work methodically. Gabriel Serbu to Piatelli. Mexico dropping down into a zone D. That one's down low. Second shot off the rebound. Scores. De La Fera. Murakami with a nice first stop. And then Johnny on the spot. Harrison De La Fera has his second goal of the game, and the Italians are up by 5. Get another look here. This is the play. Piatelli shovels it from an awkward angle. Easy save for Murakami, but the rebound with Mexican backs turned right into the basket of De La Fera. Still some time left in this half, though. Whoever wins this face-off will get a good shot. Maybe we'll see a Mexican timeout here if they can pull the ball out. Aaron Esposito taking this draw for Mexico, though. No Ernie Malero there. Scrapping for the Lucy. Gerardo Vasquez will kick it forward, and it will be a Mexican chance as they call the timeout of their own. Good face-off win by Mexico. A timely one, too, to give yourself last shot of the half. Try to get within 4. They had a 5-goal run against Scotland yesterday, and they started cruising in that game. Scotland battled back, but we know this Mexican side can go on some good offensive runs. They've got the weapons to do it. And they'll have to make a quick strike here with under 15 seconds. Where are you at? Let me know where you're watching the World Championships from. I'm on Twitter at Brad Chal, CHALL. Are you in Italy? Is it dinner time watching this one back home? If you're in the eastern U.S., where a lot of our viewers are coming from, you're approaching midday on a Friday, just stop working already. Just go home. I'll give you permission. I'll sign your exit slip. And it's a beautiful morning here in San Diego, California. It says it's 21 degrees. I'm a Canadian, so I'll use Celsius. That's about just over 70 Fahrenheit, but it feels a lot hotter than that. Like I said, there's nowhere to hide, not a breath of wind right now, with the heat down on the field. So Mexico with under 13 to go. Ball's at X for Sanchez. Dive around the net. Where is it? Does not tickle twine. And Italy will just bomb this one down the field to wrap up half number 1. From Morgan Stanley Field, Italy 7, Mexico 2. Highlights of the first half coming up, and we'll break down second half action from Morgan Stanley Field. Thank you for hanging out. It's the 2023 World Lacrosse Men's Championship presented by Radiant Children's Hospital. Second half highlights next. in Mexico 2. Now we got the audio kinks worked out. Thanks for bearing with us. My name is Brad Challoner. Thanks for being interactive on Twitter. Lots of Americans tuning this game in. Denver, Colorado in the building. Salinas, California, where Chris Christopherson lost Bobby McGee. Salad Bowl capital. Thanks for hanging with us, guys. It's Italy 7, Mexico 2. So we take a look at first half highlights, and this Italian offense was swinging the ball, moving their feet, and bringing that fast-paced Italian tempo that we saw yesterday against Hong Kong. This trainer looked good on both ends of the field. Had a nice goal. Outside snipe there. This is Mexico's Cabrera getting the Mexican side on the board with an outside heater. Far side high. Joseph Sikjasi had something to say. Fakes high, goes low to fool Murakami. And Charlie Frattini III, his first in the tournament. And the Italian transition led by that strip check by Russo. This is a couple passes up the field. Quick moving ball. And John Piatelli with the dagger. And the Italians lead 7-2 through 30 minutes. Team is getting loose, getting set here for the second half. And we will get you ready for second half lacrosse action here at the Men's World Lacrosse Championship. Like I said, my name is Brad Challoner. Appreciate you hanging out on a sunny Friday morning here on the West Coast. Pool E action. Both these teams played yesterday. Italy will play Scotland on Sunday and get a day off, and no rest for the Mexican side as they'll take on Austria tomorrow. Austria kicking things off in the tournament today. They did not play yesterday. We're seeing Korea, Uganda, Haudenosaunee all getting started for the first time here on the second full day of action. Yeah. We get ready to open the second half here from Morgan Stanley Field. 1 of 4 fields on this SDSU campus. There's also Torero Stadium and Snapdragon for the gold medal games. DeLuca says no. We'll see if Mexico can start shooting the ball and chip away at this 5-goal deficit. They rattled off 5 in a row against the Scots yesterday. See if they have a run in them here in half number 2. Sanchez, Cabrera. Oksana Petraka. Fiakowski trying to pop out. Behind the net for Sanchez. He's saying, come set a pick. Gets underneath. Sanchez looking for cutters. As Sanchez scores! Nice Mexican possession as Josh Sanchez feeds Nate Sanchez. He has his second of the championship. It's 7-3. Nice underneath roll by Josh to find Nate, and the finish. Had someone on Twitter yesterday saying they know Nate Sanchez can fill the back of the net, and they want to see more shooting out of him. He had 4 shots against the Scots, and he's got a goal here to open second half and cut the deficit to 4. Haven't seen much of Ernie Malero at the face-off dot the last little bit. He's Mexico's premier face-off man. Went 6 for 15 against Scotland. Whistle and just waiting for the call here. I think it's a Mexico timeout. Mexico timeout, so feeling they have some momentum. And we'll try to gather around and see what worked on that last play, see if they can go back to it. Sanchez commands so much attention. That's Josh Sanchez in 88, who scored 4 yesterday. D3 Salisbury product. He's been their facilitator and the guy who commands the most attention on their offense. So if he can try to get free, draw doubles, and kick it out to Nate Sanchez or Will Cabrera, Juan Contreras, the outside shooters, see if they can get back into that well. Italy defense has a cheer. They'll take the field. And the Mexican offense will go to work. Quick strike here to start the second half. It's their second midfield line with Fiakowski, Oksana Petraka, and Fernando Garcia out of Limestone. San Diego native Fernando Garcia. Ball goes behind the net. Garcia to Petraka. Fiakowski pops out. Has the ball now. Petraka. Bo Sanchez stacking right in the middle of the offense. Trying to clog the D, shoots and scores! Beautiful execution from Mexico as they stack a pile of offensive players in front of DeLuca. Run the ball around and take a nice angle shot. Cut the lead to 3. Turns into a real smart timeout. See all the bodies in front. The defenders, a couple of defenders put on their brakes, a couple give chase. And Fernando Garcia has his first of the World Championship. Still no Ernie Malero at the faceoff dot for Mexico. We'll have to keep an eye on 45, see if he's touched up. No, Italy trying to apply some offensive pressure rather, for the first time in this half. Piatelli to Jeff Traynor. Christian Trazzolini and Harrison Della Fuca. Italians clogging up the middle. They pop out as Alessandro Barrison tries to get open. Gabriel Serbu to Joseph Sajasi. No Piatelli. Sorry, no Cuccinello on that set. Piatelli was out there. Mexico bounce pass up the field. Looking, taking. Cabrera tries to get inside, but he's stripped. Bobby Russo with some timely stick checks in this game. He's been a nice opposing figure on the Italian back end. Calls to midfield to Traynor. Good two-way player. Flag on the play. It's a 2-minute penalty. Sorry, a 1-minute penalty. On Frattini the third. Oh, Italy man up. We'll go to work. They scored a 7-goal run against Hong Kong yesterday to pull away from that game. Leading Mexico by 3 right now. Trazzolini. Piatelli. Sharp angle shot, well wide, look out to the fans underneath the palm trees in the far corner of the field. Della Fuca. to Joseph Sajasi. Hard shot from the outside. Piatelli stings it high. Mexico man up, makes it 8-4. Excuse me, Italy man up, makes it 8-4. Piatelli, time and room to put that one high. His shoulders look like they're about to tell that he wants to shoot that low. And it goes upstairs on Murakami. 8-4 Italy. Ball's popped out. Mexico picks it up. They want to slow it and wait for the right personnel. Jake Larambidi, the defensive midfielder, slows it. Now Josh and Nate Sanchez go to work with Fiakowski. Seen a healthy dose of this midfield set. Haven't seen much of Mike Hernandez here yet in the second half. It's been one of their premier shooters. Sanchez eyes his options. Pointing out matchups. Lobs it. Garcia will change. Now Frattini will come through the middle. Fiakowski, pass behind the net. Cabrera comes around top side, kicks it to Sanchez. Josh Sanchez. Oksana Petraka. Garcia uses his wheels. Can he come top side? Stings it! Fernando Garcia with that speed makes it 8-5. And we'll head to break. Mexico applying some pressure here. They trail 8-5, but 2 goals by Garcia has the Mexican side within reach. You're watching the World Lacrosse Men. Mexico on a 3-1 run to get back into this lacrosse game. Sanchez and 2 goals by Fernando Garcia out of Limestone has the Mexicans within reach. It's 8-5. Third quarter action here from Morgan Stanley Field on SDSU. Thanks for tuning in wherever you may be, on a beach in Maine perhaps. Thanks for checking us out across the world. Good morning from San Diego. This is the second full day of action. And what a full day of action we have. We'll see Uganda, Haudenosaunee, Korea, Austria for the first time today. Canada with the longest break ever, seemingly. Doesn't get back at it until tomorrow. USA and Australia, the marquee match tonight, 7 o'clock. Co-marquee match, I'll say. Haudenosaunee and England will be a good one. As the creators team, the inventors of the sport, will put on a showcase at 4 o'clock. Always the fan favorites. Italy back on offense. There's a shot, goes high and wide. Not sure if you can pick up on the fans play-by-play over my left shoulder here, but sounding like a goaltender letting the players know where the ball is. Top left, top right. Little reverb behind me is a bounce shot. Does it go? Referees will converse, and yes, it does. 9-5. So you see how this one developed. Is it De La Fera's third? Uh, 14 from the outside with the bouncer. Joseph Sajasi has his second goal of the game. And just like that, it's a 4-goal game once again. to the face-off X. Again, no Ernie Malero, the primary draw man for this Italian team. This is a clean win by Will Vitelli out of Quinnipiac. 88% during the qualifier. Timeout, Italy. They want to keep the momentum on. 2 timeouts per half per team. I should mention we are 15 minutes running time. Final 30 seconds of the first, second, and third will stop. Final 2 minutes of the fourth quarter is stop time. And if overtime is necessary, let's hope it is. 4-minute intervals, stop time. So Italy's been outscored 3-2 now here in the third quarter. They answered back after allowing a couple goals from Garcia. Sajasi ending the run, and now calling a timeout. As the Italian fags flap in the breeze. Slight wind coming in and out here now, providing slight reprieve from the heat down on field level. So you get a look at the Italian squad. Head coach Brian Vona trying to take this team from a 16th overall world ranking in 2018. And they've got the pieces of the puzzle to do it. Piatelli, Cuccinello, trainer, the face-off man. You need face-offs and you need goaltending in a tournament like this, and the Italians can provide both. Matt DeLuca, the goaltender from Delaware, and the face-off man, Will Vitelli. So Italy, after a goal, will go to work on offense, and they'll bark out orders. Luca Regallo gets a touch as he goes across the field to Gabriel Serbu. Surveys. Trasolini. Behind the net for Cuccinello. Back to Trasolini through traffic. Well wide again. Look out underneath the palm trees. You think you're just chilling underneath a palm tree until a hard yellow ball comes flying at you. 90 miles an hour. Coming around, trying to go low on Murakami. Turns that aside. Mexico ball, and they'll look to clear. They cleared 11 of 13 yesterday against Scotland. They apply some pressure to Murakami. Hear the Mexico fans saying, move your feet, look for some help. And I think that's exactly what they need right now. Good Italian ride here, led by John Piatelli. Now he lobs it up right into the basket. Nice catch. Cabrera will bring it up. He'll score! On the long outlet pass. Good transition goal from Mexico. 9-6. This all starts with the lob pass from Murakami all the way up the floor. Cabrera switches hands again, and then shoots through the long pole to beat DeLuca. A nice strike from Will Cabrera out of Yale. He was redshirted during the national championship run in 2018. But a big goal here to make it a 9-6 game in the third quarter. Big body bump as Trainer went down hard. Now Italy wants some transition of their own. They've got numbers. Streaking right down Main Street was Will Vitelli. They don't feed the face-off man inside. You know, in games like this, in a tournament like this, certain players just jump off the page with big plays. for me, it's been the Italian defender, Bobby Russo. Some great stick checks, a big physical presence. One of the players you don't really hear too much about coming in. You know, there's a couple pros on this Italian squad. But when a guy like Bobby Russo steps up in a big way, it's good news for the Italians. That shot, Murakami got in the way of it. Mexico looking to clear. Escaping from trouble. Nice play by Dante Castillo. Mexico on the run. Hernandez fires, and that one goes wide. So the transition starting to open up here for Mexico. Dante Castillo doing a great job getting out of trouble from the Italian double team, the Virginia Wesleyan D3 product. And he draws a flag on the play too. So sometimes doesn't get into a goal, but it goes to a Mexican man up as they go to work with some momentum, down by 3 here in the third quarter. Nate Sanchez, Will Cabrera, the hot stick. Hernandez back out for a touch. We're under a minute to go here in quarter number 3. That's down low. Sanchez asking to clear out. Hernandez sets the pick. Sanchez shoots through it. DeLuca got a piece and it's turned aside. Juan Contreras to Nate Sanchez. Big body in front is Fertini the third. Shot from the outside, stings the short side corner. Stand up for Will Cabrera. He's got a hat trick for Mexico. Man up goals and momentum swinging Mexico. Will Cabrera, nice whip to sting that one short side, and DeLuca's like, what? It was Josh Sanchez who scored 4 yesterday, and it's Will Cabrera stepping up in a big way here today. Had a goal on 9 shots yesterday. Much better shooting percentage with the Hattie right now. Good clean face-off win by Italy. See if they can answer back before the end of the quarter. Cutting through the middle, pass behind the net. De La Fera comes top side and throws it into the corner. Mexico's got 15 seconds to try to get this upfield, maybe for a quick shot. But a flag is on the play. It's a Mexico flag. So it's actually Italy who will get the last shot here with 15 seconds. They've got Christian Trasolini lurking around open here. Another flag on the play. Goal. Bit of a sloppy set there. There's some confusion with flags. And it's a one-on-one individual effort with 15 seconds to go in the quarter. Give it to Christian Cuccinella. As you see, 31 there. Montoya looking at the flag, thinking play was dead. But that's what they tell kids from a young age. Play to the whistle, play to the whistle. Cuccinello crashed in and puts the Italians back on top by 3 in the dying seconds of the quarter. So the Italians hit double digits for the second day in a row. 13 goals yesterday against Hong Kong. 10 with 15 minutes still to go in their second game. That'll do it for quarter number 3. Mexico battling back off the stick of Will Cabrera and Fernando Garcia, trying to chip away and get back into this game. Still a lot of lacrosse left to go. 3-goal hole for for Team Mexico. You're watching the 2023 World Lacrosse Men's Championship from San Diego, California. Fourth quarter action next. Joseph Sajasi has a pair of goals for Team Italy. They're up by 3. But Will Cabrera, a hat trick for the Mexican side, keeping things interesting. They have much left. It's 10-7 through 45 minutes. My name is Brad Challoner. You are watching the World Lacrosse Men's Championship on Morgan Stanley Field at SDSU. One of 4 fields in action at this facility. One of 6 fields in action at the tournament as DeLuca has to save an own goal almost. And now with no shot clock, because it become a slower game for the Italians to play keep away. We didn't see them slow down too much yesterday against Hong Kong. It's a fast-moving team that I think would rather beat teams by filling the back of the net rather than killing clock. But we'll see. Mexico can quick strike as well. Shot from the outside. Bouncer stopped by DeLuca, and he'll chase it down. Greeted by a couple of slashes. DeLuca sprinting away from his man, can be pushed out of bounds, almost into the Mexican bench. Now Italy with numbers, winding up. One more pass down in the crease. De La Fera fake shoot, scores. So much transition in this game today. You love to see it as a fan. De La Fera with a hat trick. This is great ball movement upfield. Quick passing. Piatelli one more as the pole takes Piatelli, who's been a monster this tournament so far. But De La Fera cashes in. Another Villanova product who played with Cuccinello, so that connection will be strong all tournament long. 11-7 your score now. Fourth and final quarter here. Italy will clear. Lebrano says go. That ball pops up right in front of my broadcast booth. Goes out of play. And Mexico will get the ball on O. Flag for offside for Italy here. Or is it for being too close to the defender? Sanchez will come around. Cabrera will fire his 4th of the game. And a little Mexico fiesta celebration. 3-goal game once again. Cabrera with the hot stick. Sanchez kicks it around top side. Cabrera all day long to fire that one high and short side. Bit of a salsa. Still anyone's ball game, 11-8. Esposito taking the face-off for Mexico with that long pole. He's going to rely on his wings here. Matt Hernandez sprints in, as does Dante Castillo. But it's going to be Trainer who picks it up for Italy. Trainer looking. Good chase by Aaron Escobedo. Trainer dumps off. Will he hang out and play some O? Steps aside. We'll go for a change. So Italy with a 3-goal lead. And 11 and a half minutes to go. This turns into a possession game now, and they're going to milk these clocks, I would think. Cutting through the middle, taking a shot down low. Murakami the save. This is a big ground ball. Rebound picked up. Murakami again. And he'll start the transition. Mexico on the run. Matt Hernandez to Sanchez. Down deep. Cabrera gets underneath, tripped up, shoots, stopped by DeLuca. DeLuca out for a run. Passes up ahead to Bobby Russo. Right in front of my broadcast booth here. Says slow it. Bobby Russo will go change. Great back and forth action. Down to the crease, shot. Murakami again coming up huge in the fourth quarter. Murakami barking out orders. Cue up the highlight reel for number 7 in white. He stops the point-blank shot there. Big ground ball came out for a second shot that he turned aside. Now Italy will go back to work on offense. Luca Regallos. Now you hear the Italian fan over my left shoulder kill the clock, which is something they're going to want to do, but they throw it away. Mexico ball. This is why clock management becomes important. No shot clock, and the ball goes right back to Mexico. As the Mexico chant starts behind me. Gerardo Vasquez bobbles it, pressured on by De La Fera. He has to go back to Murakami. The Italian ride making things difficult here for the Italians as Murakami bobbles it right into traffic. In some trouble, lob to midfield, and that one's off a stick and out of play. Nice ride by the Italians to get the ball back. Running away from trouble is Jeff Trainer. Flag in the air. Flag drop. Trainer doesn't need it as he scores on the run. 12-8. Trainer second of the game. Illegal procedure flag wiped out by the goal as Jeff Trainer gets one. Feet moving on the run, matched up with the shorty. Just uses that little burst of speed for separation. Throws it down low. Back to a 4-goal lead for the Italians. Face off, clean win by Vitelli. No, we're going to call procedure on the Italians. So Mexico in possession. And timeout Mexico. Referee's discussing why the whistle here. They're going to reface. I believe there was fouls on both sides. So we'll redo the face-off. Mexico doesn't like it because Vitelli's been pretty strong in there this afternoon. I guess it's still this morning. 11:38 Pacific time here. Oh, Vitelli will square off again. Nice clean win. But Mexico's Aaron Escobedo all over his hands. Italy in transition. Cuccinello in! Stick save Murakami! Timely as he transitions up to midfield. Josh Sanchez spins away from trouble. Numbers here for Mexico. Cabrera in, fake shoot, scores! Matt Murakami keeping his team in this lacrosse game. A brilliant save on Cuccinello turns into transition and right into the back of the Italian net, and they're going to call a timeout. Slow this momentum down. Murakami up the field. Cabrera with his fourth. The pretty finish here on DeLuca. Mexico within striking distance. It's the World Lacrosse Men's Championship on ESPN+. Well, in a tournament like this, you can't just rely on a couple big weapons. Teams will watch you hang out all weekend. They'll scout, they'll film, they'll break it down. Yesterday, that guy for Mexico was Josh Sanchez, who had 4 goals on 8 shots. He was the Mexican catalyst. But today it's Will Cabrera who has 4 for Mexico, who trail 12-9 with Bit of time to go. You're watching the 2023 World Lacrosse Men's Championship presented by Rady Children's Hospital.
Make some noise for the second half of the fourth
7:31 to go. And Italy, who have been more concerned with filling the back of the net than pulling out and killing clock. We'll see if their strategy shifts here with 7 minutes to go. Mexico trying to poke ahead. Big possession here. This has definitely been advantage Italy all day long. Through the middle, stop, stick, save, Murakami. Italians still giving Mexico these possessions, keeping things interesting. Sanchez goes behind. Will Cabrera. Heading into lock-off time now. Stephen Pelliccioni watching him. And now Bobby Russo. Short stick on Will Cabrera right now. Jeff Trainer. But Trainer, pretty solid two-way midi. Nate Sanchez. Back to Cabrera. Slide help comes over. Trainer guards. Cabrera kicks it off. Hernandez to get around his man. Draws a flag on the play. Sanchez winds up, fires well wide of the net, but a flag. And Mexico will go to the man up, down by 2.
Italy, number 1. 1 minute for slashing.
And it's a 1 minute slashing call on Roberto Antonioli. Out of Bocconi University. Was on this squad in 2018. Mexico man up. Hernandez, we'll see if he can unleash. Through X, Sanchez. Nate Sanchez, he'll fire. Stopped by the thigh of DeLuca, that'll sting. And a rebound ends up in the back of the net. No, they don't. No, they don't. Excuse me.
No goal. Crease violation.
Crease violation. Referees say no. So DeLuca and the Italians try to clear. Trainer hacked down on the ground. Flag on the play on Mexico.
Technical foul.
30-second technical.
30 seconds for pushing.
So we take a look. The save. The rebound pushed into the crease, so that's not going to count. And then flags up the field, back to Italy with the ball. Gabriel Serbu to Christian Trasolini. Harrison Della Fera with a hat trick today. Serbu, shot from the outside by Trasolini, stings near side pipe, and the Italians are back on top by 4.
Christian Trasolini. With about 4 minutes left in the game, the score is Italy 13.
So in back-to-back games, the Italians put up a lucky number 13. Not afraid to fill the net. This one adds a bit of insurance. It's a hard check miss there. Slash down on the ground. I think that ended up being the call. And then the Italians go back upfield, man up. Trasolini painting corners here. Under 4 to go. Trainer picks up the loose ball, asking for numbers. Kicks it out to Piatelli. Now you hear the fans saying kill clock. I don't think that's the Italians' game though, after watching them here this afternoon, this morning, this evening. There's a lot of games in a lot of days. Sense of time just kind of goes out the window. That ball's off of an Italian stick and out of play. Drop passes. Could come back to haunt Italy. Flag on the play. Mexico man up to come as they lob to midfield. Matt Hernandez in the offense will go to work. Josh Sanchez, Cabrera giving him a signal. Sanchez watched by the long pole behind the net. Bobby Russo comes around top side, and we'll get a warding call on Sanchez to blow the play down. And to the Mexican man up we go. Luca Regalo to the penalty box. Sanchez, is he going to get the ward penalty as well? He is. Looking for an explanation. But we'll play 5-on-5 in the Mexican attack. Coach Hawes asking for an explanation too. He's not happy with it. 5-on-5 we go with time ticking away on Team Mexico. Lots of room on the 5-on-5. Let's try to see Mexico head towards goal. Here's an open shot for Hernandez, who was thinking shoot before he caught. Draw pass goes out of play, Italian ball. Hernandez was just waiting to pull that trigger. Now Italy almost coughing it up in the middle of the field. And timeout as the Italians get into a little trouble. With two even to go. We'll be into stop time now. And Italy, we'll see now if they want to pull out and just use some clock management. 4-goal lead, 2 minutes to go. And a day off looming to enjoy the sights and sounds of sunny San Diego. They don't play again until Sunday when they play Scotland. As the music starts up here as we approach high noon. A lot of these games coming into a nice tidy underneath 2 hours. Think about an hour 55 has been the average game length. And we're just approaching that if this next 2 minutes goes by without a lot of whistles. San Diego, the only place where your iced coffee becomes an actual coffee. So I sit down here on field level on a beautiful San Diego morning, almost afternoon. Now Mexico will look for a big defensive stand or try to cause a turnover. As the Italians will go to work on offense. Still 5-on-5. Harrison De La Fera to his ex-teammate at Villanova, Christian Cuccinello. Now the game of keep away starts. Full ride on here, doubling the ball. The goaltender chasing as well. They're looking for a turnover. So JC runs away from trouble. Double comes over. Fakes the pass, still has it. Not looking for the insurance yet as he coughs it up. Mexico, do they have enough possession to call the time? Procedure on the Italians. So Mexico will get a possession, and they'll fight towards goal. Will Cabrera with a 4-pack today. To Josh Sanchez, who's been kept in check relatively. Long pulls for days all over him as Bobby Russo lets him know he's there. Sanchez tries to get free behind the net, trying to fight top side. Good defense by Bobby Russo. Russo and Sanchez trying to make him dance. To Cabrera, dangles underneath. And they call Mexico on a violation, giving the ball back to the Italian. 46 seconds for Italy to play full field keep away. There's no clear clock, no shot clock, so Bobby Russo says, I'll just hang out. Full ride on here from Mexico. Have to send doubles as they chase De La Fera, who's content to just run clock. Has the extra man in Trainer. Had a strong day. Been impressed with 17 in blue. Mexico still trying to double. Swims through. As time will tick away. And that'll do it. Italy improves to 2-0. Mexico has been an entertaining team to watch. They've kept things interesting, but they fall to 0-2 despite valiant efforts. The Italians are undefeated, back-to-back 13-goal games. We'll break this one down in 1 minute's time. You're watching the 2023 World Lacrosse Men's Championship on ESPN+.
Italy 14.
26 goals in the last 2 days for the Italian offense, led by Christian Cuccinello, John Piatelli, De La Fera chipping in today, and a couple goals in transition as Jeff Trainer helped out in the offense as well. Italy was pretty sharp. They've got a strong goaltender, a strong face-off man, a well-rounded attack, and some horses on the back end. This team will be pushing for the top of this Pool E. Scotland with a win yesterday. They're 1-0 in this pool, and the Italians now 2-0 with this 13-9 win over Mexico, as we see some of the Italians going to work this afternoon and cooking. Joseph Sajasi with a pair of goals on the day, the midfielder. We saw goals on the run. Bobby Russo with the play on the backhand became a transition goal up the field for Piatelli in tight, who's not going to make any mistakes from there. He's got a ton of goals already this tournament. Another transition, quick strike goal up the field. This is what makes this Italian team so entertaining. De La Fera cashed in for a hat-trick today. Trainer on the run. Good plays at both ends of the field from the midi Jeff Trainer today. And that did it for Team Italy. 26 goals over 48 hours. They are 2-0 on this young tournament. The Italians will have a day off. They'll celebrate in the sunshine. Mexico back at it tomorrow against the Austrians. My name is Brad Challoner. I appreciate you hanging out with me this morning, this afternoon, wherever you are at. Italy 2-0 on the tourney. Lots more action to go all day long today. Find everything at World Lacrosse. Find everything at the hashtag WLMC. Find everything on ESPN+. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for hanging out with me, watching the Creators game from sunny San Diego. More lacrosse action all day long. You've been watching the 2023 World Lacrosse Men's Championship presented by Rady Children's Hospital right here on ESPN+. Peace out.